Picture this. You walk into Texas Roadhouse, expecting a fun night and a juicy steak. But what if I told you there's an entire world happening behind those swinging saloon doors? A world most diners never see. Because at this place, the magic starts way before your steak ever hits the grill. See, every single Texas Roadhouse has its own in-house butcher. Not a delivery truck, not a freezer full of plastic-wrapped mystery meat. An actual butcher, slicing every cut fresh every day. Those perfect ribeyes and fillets? They're hand-cut from USDA choice beef. Only the top 35% make the cut, literally. Now get this, all that precision costs over $1 billion a year across the chain. That's $1 billion with a B, just to keep your steak fresh and never frozen. Each one rests in a climate-controlled cooler at exactly 34 degrees Fahrenheit. Too cold, and it ruins the marbling. Too warm, and it loses that juicy edge. It's steak science at its finest. And when it's finally grilled, it's not luck. It's obsession. But hold on, because what's coming next might surprise you even more. You probably assume those mashed potatoes come out of a box, right? Or that chili's reheated from a vat? Nope. Everything is made from scratch. The salad dressing, whipped fresh every morning. The croutons, hand-cut and baked in-house. Even the rice takes 3 hours to make right. That kind of old-school effort should be extinct in chain dining. But here, it's the rule. And then there's the real celebrity of the menu. Those soft, warm, hypnotically sweet rolls. They bake them fresh every 5 minutes. 5 minutes. That's nearly 7,000 rolls a day. Enough each year to stretch from New York to Miami. Pair that with their cinnamon honey butter, whipped from scratch and guarded like a family secret. And suddenly you understand why people would drive hours just for bread. So yeah, this isn't your typical heat and serve joint. It's chaos, craftsmanship, and comfort food rolled into one loud peanut shell-covered party. Speaking of peanuts, you've noticed the floor, right? That crunch underfoot isn't an accident. Every location goes through about 60,000 pounds of peanuts a year. That's the weight of 5 elephants, just for you to crack, snack, and toss. It's messy on purpose. It says, relax. You're among friends. And trust me, that's just the opening act. Because Texas Roadhouse isn't just a restaurant. It's dinner theater. Servers dance. Guests climb onto saddles to celebrate birthdays. Country music plays so loud it's impossible to feel self-conscious. It's joyful, ridiculous, and somehow kind of perfect. But behind the line, dancing and peanut shells, lies something even bigger. A philosophy that's reshaping how America eats steak. Stick around, because what happens next might just change the way you think about dining out. And hey, if you love discovering the hidden truths behind your favorite foods, don't forget to subscribe to Undercover Spoon. Trust me, you'll want to see what we dig up next. All right, you've seen the sizzling steaks and the 5-minute fresh rolls. But now, let's get into what really makes Texas Roadhouse tick. Because underneath all that noise, there's something quietly genius going on. A consistency that most restaurants today can only dream about. Here's the deal. Their menu almost never changes. You could dig up one from 2008 and it would look nearly identical to what you're handed today. While other chains chase trends, deep-fried this, bacon-wrapped that, Texas Roadhouse doubles down on what it already does perfectly. Steak, sides, comfort, repeat. That kind of discipline builds loyalty. People come back knowing their favorite ribeye will taste exactly like it did last year. And the year before that. No surprises, no Sorry, we don't serve that anymore. Just reliable, rock-solid comfort food, plate after plate. And it's not just good business, it's brilliant training. Because when your cooks aren't juggling a new recipe every month, they become experts at the classics. They learn the rhythm, the right sear, the perfect seasoning, the timing down to seconds. The kitchen becomes a well-tuned orchestra, not a revolving door of chaos. But the real heart of Texas Roadhouse? Families. This is one of the few places where parents can actually exhale. Think about it. Peanut shells on the floor, country music blasting, staff line dancing every 20 minutes. Nobody's judging your kid for dropping a fry or drumming on the table. In fact, that's kind of the vibe. Nearly 80% of parents say they feel anxious taking their kids out to eat. Here, that stress just disappears. Loud is welcome, mess is expected. Crying baby? Totally fine. It's built into the soundtrack. The big booths fit booster seats, the aisles leave room for strollers, and many locations even have family-friendly zones separated from the bar. It's not chaos, it's choreography. And it works. But let's talk numbers. How do they pull this off without charging fine dining prices? While most chains chase sky-high profits, Texas Roadhouse plays the long game. Their margins are around 15% lower than the competition, on purpose. They'd rather keep prices family-friendly than gouge for dollars. A full family meal runs you about $75 to $85. Loaded plates, sides, drinks, no surprise fees. Kids' meals under $7. Early bird specials between 4 and 6 that make dinner feel like a steal. It's the kind of value that keeps dining rooms packed night after night. And that loyalty? It's earned. Not from marketing tricks, but from trust. Feed people well, don't nickel and dime them, and they'll come back again and again. But there's another side you probably don't see. A side that proves this chain isn't just about business. Every single restaurant donates around $25,000 a year to local causes, schools, shelters, food banks, whatever the community needs. And when disaster hits, hurricanes, floods, wildfires, those kitchens don't shut down. They start cooking. Thousands of free meals go out to residents and first responders. And here's something beautiful. Over 1.5 million free meals have been served to veterans and active duty service members. Not discounted. Free. No questions asked. It's generosity baked right into the recipe. Still hungry? You should be. Because the best part, the secret sauce behind all this, is what happens in that kitchen. What they do differently, what other chains won't even attempt. Stay tuned, because in the next part, we're going behind those swinging doors. And what you'll find there will make you look at every plate a little differently. And before we head there, if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to Undercover Spoon so you don't miss the next deep dive. The biggest surprises are still coming. All right, time to step where most customers never do, behind those kitchen doors. Because this is where the real Texas Roadhouse magic happens. And it's not luck, it's pure controlled chaos. While most chains cut corners with prepackaged sides and frozen entrees, this place takes the long, sweaty route. Nothing here is pre-made. No microwave trays, no just heat and plate. Every roll baked, every potato mashed, every steak cut. In-house every single day. It's not just cooking, it's a ritual. The rice? Takes 3 hours to prepare right. The chili? Simmered in careful stages so every layer of flavor hits. Even the bacon bits for baked potatoes are cooked and crumbled fresh. Other places open a bag. These guys start with a skillet. One employee described it perfectly. You don't work this kitchen unless you're ready to sweat. Because behind that swinging door, it's a battlefield. Organized, relentless, and astonishingly fast. Food comes out quickly, not because it's prepped, but because the crew moves like a drill team. Every person knows their station. Every second counts. It's precision wrapped in chaos, running smoother than a Swiss watch under pressure. And then there's that butter. You know the one. The cinnamon honey dream that turns those rolls into something dangerous. The recipe's practically top secret. Workers say it's measured and mixed like a science experiment. One mistake, and the whole batch is tossed. No shortcuts, no substitutions, just perfection or nothing. But here's the wild part. Even with all that effort, the prices stay low and the plates keep coming out fast. How? They've cracked a code that most restaurants forgot even existed. By sticking to the basics, real food made right. They've turned simplicity into a superpower. No kale chips, no gimmicks, no avocado fusion experiments. Just steak, sides, and that unapologetic country soul. And it's working. While other chains chase TikTok trends, Texas Roadhouse keeps doing the same thing and quietly outperforming nearly everyone. Revenue's up, customer loyalty unshakable. People drive hours for those rolls. They defend the place like it's a hometown hero. It's more than dinner. It's tradition with a heartbeat. You feel it the moment you walk in. That smoky air, the thump of boots on wood floors, the buzz of laughter bouncing between booths. The bartender remembers your favorite drink. The server knows your order by heart. And for a few hours, the world outside just disappears. It's loud, it's warm, it's alive. And somehow, in a dining world obsessed with speed, apps, and QR codes, Texas Roadhouse still feels human. That's the real secret. Not the butter, not the steaks, not the peanuts. It's the people. The ones cutting, mixing, dancing, and serving like they actually care. The ones who make a billion-dollar chain feel like your neighborhood hangout. So next time those peanut shells crunch under your boots and that buttery roll melts in your hand, remember? You're not just grabbing dinner. You're stepping into a system built on sweat, trust, and a stubborn refusal to do things the easy way. And if your stomach's growling right now, you're not alone. Because this is just one of the countless food secrets hiding in plain sight. And we're only getting started. So hit that subscribe button and stick with Undercover Spoon, because this was just the appetizer. The real deep dives. The jaw-dropping, wait, they really do that? Stories are coming next. And trust me, you don't want to miss them.